this is the project. Um, it's it's basically it's supposed to detect fraud and stuff, and this is the presentation. And like the purpose of it is to use AI to help with deal with financial fraud. So basically, the problem is that there's a lot of issues in like financial data that can happen, and it can cause a lot of money loss. And like the different issues could be like, there can be some fake invoices. There could be you create an invoice for something that you don't need, like that isn't one of your supplies, or you accidentally like make the same invoice for the same thing. So basically create duplicate invoices. And a lot of that you can't really like, it's just human error, and it takes a while to review each invoice and to review your whole entire data set, because it's you're probably gonna have quite a lot. If you have a company, you're gonna have like thousands. So the AI model is supposed to help decrease the amount of time and increase the efficiency, and give you a good, tell you which files are legitimate, suspicious, and fraudulent. So basically, our the app that I created, or that me and my group created, um, is able to use different file types of different invoices, and be able to tell you whether it's legitimate, suspicious, or fraudulent, and explain why. And it uses Gemini 1.5 Vision, a Google AI model, to identify and explain the um, invoice formats and what why something is deemed fraudulent or legitimate or suspicious. So the first step was to create a file parser. A file parser is basically um, a way to handle the different file types and extract the data from it. It's like an image. You can't just put it into the AI and get information, because it's an image, different file type. It's hard to get information like that for a computer. So basically, a file parser takes the data, like takes all the words, takes all the numbers, and all that valuable data, and extracts it, and is able to use it and give it to the AI in a way that it can actually understand, and create or make sure the AI can check if it's suspicious, fraudulent, or legitimate, and then give its reasons. And this the file or not the file the parser also allows like for zip files, so you can make a whole entire folder of your data set with all your invoices in it, and then you can just put it into, you can make a zip file for them, and you can just put it into the AI, and then it'll give you the whole entire report on all your files and which ones are legitimate, suspicious, and fraudulent. And I use a lot of different libraries to create this. Like we also, like later in the project, you can see that um we're gonna use different types of charts to show you like how your data is being used, and how, like, what's legitimate, what's suspicious, what's fraud, and how much of each do you have, and stuff like that. So that was the first step. The second step was using the actual AI to like basically give it a prompt that gives allows it to actually check if it's fraudulent, suspicious, or legitimate, and actually be able to tell which files are which type of legitimacy. And it also gave a JSON report only for JSON, so that it's easier to read in just text based. And that response had the file name, the verdict, like a concise, brief reason, and also it also tells you how confident it was for that file. And the API key that we use to for the AI, it's being stored in a folder so that that everything is safe and the private information won't get exposed. That was the second step, and the third step was to make it so that you can, like, this is the part I was talking about later. So there's a session logging module that can help analyze all the data and capture all the important parts, like the details, the verdicts, the timestamps, and it's stored in a local JSON file that you can use to, like, go back and check all this stuff, and can give you all the details you need to check all this stuff, and it's just very useful for organization. And the fourth step is using the different libraries to create charts and insights and analytics that help you understand the patterns and the trends in all your data, and the, like, amount of files that are legitimate of a specific type, or um, like what are fraudulent, and like how many of each are, and how many have been, and stuff like that. It also gives you the different types of trends for file uploads or other types of statistics like confidence distributions, and it just helps you understand better all the patterns and trends in the data. And then the last part of it was just the interface and the UI, and making sure it looked, it was up to par with all of its interface, and making sure it was easy to navigate and just use with, like, for beginners, and just anyone can use it easily and access it very easily. And it gives you, like, the different types. It gives you different tabs, explains why it matters. It gives you an analyzer that you can use to check all the data and trends. Um, or you can the analyzer checks the data itself, and the trends checks all the data and trends. And then the session history gives you all the interactions and all the follow up, like the timestamps of when you uploaded stuff and stuff like that. And that was this is basically, the AI is decreases the amount of time you need, and just the amount of work you have to do, which just increases the efficiency of the company, and makes it so much easier to detect these fraudulent um, files and suspicious files, so that you don't lose money and you have still a lot of time to do other stuff that could be valuable for your company. And also gives you trends and all that, and gives you a large, it doesn't make it so that you have to only do one file for each. You can just put a whole entire folder and check all the files at once, and just check which ones are fraudulent, and gives you patterns. And that's very important for these types of companies, and gives you a lot more time to do other stuff. So that's the main that was the main purpose of this project.
Yeah, I think the project is very well done. Do you want to go ahead and tell me the strategic roadmap also?
Yeah. The strategic roadmap is that working on we're gonna keep working on the AI itself and the UI, and making sure that it gives you even better analysis and summaries. And right now it's only JSON reports, but you can maybe later maybe PDF reports or other types of reports. And you can also use cloud storage to store the documents and reports, and um, just keep training the AI, just giving it better prompts, or better like just ways to increase the accuracy, and with using different data sets and stuff. And yeah, that's basically our updates and roadmaps.
Yeah, I think the project is really good and you have
Right.
explained it very well.